Oh, yes, my hair's in a ponytail because I just washed it and it's all frizzy, so it's back to hope that it will tame for this evening. I put makeup on my face for the first time in about a week. We're going to see the, is it 40th anniversary screening of Dusk Till Dawn tonight, Fright Club. So I haven't been out all week. I can't even tell you, the pain this week has been off the charts. Obviously, it's just normal fibro. Again, it's changed from that heat wave that we've all had, and it's just been pissing it down constantly. If I could I'll film the sky for you in a minute. It's just really dark grey and overcast, and it's been like warm, but loads of really heavy rain showers, and that when the weather transitions is when my arse gets handed to me. So the fibro's been bad, but because I've been so tired and so sore, and because I haven't moved a lot, I tried to do rock fit on Monday. I actually even filmed a bit, but it was just it's July is rage month, and I hadn't done any in a few weeks. But rage means that it's all the heavy stuff, and I can't do loads of bouncy, jumpy stuff. I can maybe manage 1-2 tracks tops, and that doesn't mean I'll do the whole track. I won't. But I prefer the more choreographed, dancey type rock fit stuff. Because it keeps you moving, but it's not high impact. So I found I couldn't do most of it. But that night, Monday night, Tuesday morning, I have barely been able to move all week. We're on Saturday now. I had to go to bed at like 7 o'clock in the evening. My normal bedtime's midnight. I just was in so much pain. I've bought a little cushion that's designed for cars, actually. I've got my normal big cuddle cushion here, which actually, let's show you. So my normal big cuddle cushion is this brown thing, and then I've got, there's Dobby modelling it for you, and then I've got this like spongy, this is designed for the car, and then the cuddle cushions for back support. Oh, so, Dobby, I'm sat on you. There we go. So, it's been bad. Today's the first day I felt vaguely human. Anyway, I was going to say, because I've been sat a lot, my sciatica is kicked off. One of the worst things if you have sciatica is not moving around enough. And sometimes mine is painful but bearable, but this past week has been unbearable. It's been excruciatingly painful. It's been, I am ready to pop painful, I'm ready to cry painful. I haven't, but it's been bad. I haven't done anything. I didn't go into my dad's on Tuesday. He had his scan at the hospital for his shoulder, which they said the results will be back in 2 weeks. An x-ray? A shoulder x-ray. The results in 2 weeks. What the fuck's all that about? He has got his appointment tomorrow, Sunday, for the breast cancer scan. It says allow up to 4 hours for the appointment, because if they find something concerning, they take the biopsy there and then, so it could be a long appointment. Now, Darren's taking him because he will be going into a breast cancer clinic, and the doctor said to him, you're probably going to be the only man there. My dad's uncomfortable at the best of times, so Darren's taking him in so that there's another man with him, and it's not, it's not just him on his own. And because it can be up to 4 hours, and it's like, do I go in just to sit at my dad's for 4 hours? So Darren says, no, you stay at home. But I'm like, I haven't been in all week. It looks awful. He says, you haven't been well. You have to, people have to allow for you not being well as you allowing for them all the time. But also, we don't like to leave Molly for a long period, for as long as, if they were up there for 4 hours and then take into consideration an hour before, an hour after to allow for travelling and not going the instant they get in the house, that's 6 hours. Which, while Molly is as she is at the minute, is longer than we want to be leaving her. The maximum you're really looking that we would leave Molly at the minute is maybe to go to the cinema and come home, and you're talking maximum 2.5 hours. So I'm staying here tomorrow, but that means then I have to make extra trips next week into my dad's to sort of make up for it. Next week's really busy. I'm trying to remember. Molly's back at the vet's for her blood test. I think they're going to, at the very minimum, double her medication from 10 milligrams once a day to 10 milligrams twice a day, because I don't feel it's made any difference whatsoever. She had another accident last night, and she hasn't had an accident in maybe a month. She's still ravenously hungry on an evening. She's started now not being that keen to go out walks, but apparently when she's out, she's absolutely fine and she enjoys it, but she doesn't really want to go out because she's just fixating on eating all the time. My concern is we're not going to be able to afford if the medication needs up. Like at the minute, it's 10 milligrams once a day. Her weight was coming in between 5 and 10, so we actually had wanted to start her on 5, but the vet said no, we'll start her on 10. So she started on 10. Some dogs don't do well with it. Some dogs, the side effects are worse. Now, thankfully, she hasn't had any real side effects, but there's been no improvement and it's expensive. At the minute, it's £80 a month for one tablet once a day. If they up that to twice a month, now it won't be 160, but you know, it'll jump up. And I mean, it's more money than we can afford. But again, it's our dog. What are we meant to do? So we'll just have to wait and see what they say. Darren's brother Richard's dog had to be put to sleep this week. Sakura, which is Japanese for cherry blossom. He's married to a Japanese lady. And spoilt rotten little dog. They never had any children, and that dog was treated like their child. And she had kidney disease. It was diagnosed on stage 2 a year ago. Then it was upped to stage 3 earlier this year. And they took her back to the vet on Thursday, just gone, and it was stage 4. And the vet basically said, you know, she was wagging her tail and stuff in the vets because she liked going to the vets. But the vet said, you know, potentially, you know, you can take her home, but you're maybe looking at about another week. And they didn't want to put the dog through the decline that would happen. They wanted to let her go with a little bit of dignity. So they made the decision that day. They were both with her, and, you know, they're devastated, obviously. But, you know, it brings it home because, obviously, we don't know how long we're going to have Molly. So, yeah. She's back at the vet on Thursday. And obviously, with us going away for 2 weeks, that's on the 16th of August. Today's the 1st of August. So we're going away in 2 weeks tomorrow. We go away for 2 weeks. So that's fantastic timing. If it was any other type of holiday, we'd cancel. But I mean, this is a lot of money. This is 4 years saving, 3 years saving, and some of my mum's, well, all of the money that I got from my mum, which wasn't an awful lot because my dad's got it all. But the money I did get all went to paying the Disney holiday. Because I sort of thought, well, we'd planned to do it in 2027 with saving up. But that's going to be when Isaac gets his GCSE results and we have to secure where he's going to be going. Is it going to be St. Louis? Are we going to have to try and get him into a different tech or college? And we would be on holiday at that point because the only times we can go to Florida is obviously during school holidays. So we're stuck with July and August, and July and the first 2 weeks of August are hotchingly busy, meaning you'd be standing in queues for rides forever. Last 2 weeks of August are really quiet because American schools go back mid-August. So even though it's the hottest time of the year, it's also that season where they have, tornadoes? Whatever it is, not tornadoes. What do they call them? Hurricanes. That's when we've chosen to go. So if we did that next year, it will leave us no time to sort out where Isaac's going for school. So we brought it forward to this year. It probably will be our last Disney holiday as a threesome, because Isaac will have sort of grown up and moved out, and me and Darren have sort of decided to try and do like a shorter holiday every year, like a city break or something, like a long weekend, something like that instead. But what else is next week? Isaac's at the minute at the cinema with Daniel. He was at a kayak and paddleboard activity on Friday with the youth club. He's staying at Stephen's overnight on Tuesday. So I have to go to my dad's on Tuesday. I'll have to go out with Kira and Sophie on Wednesday because I've missed the last 2 weeks. Monday, I'll probably have to go into my dad's because I'm not going in tomorrow. Thursday's Molly's vets. Darren's got bloods he has to have bloods every so often. And there's something else next week and I can't fucking remember what it is. I know Molly's got her groom coming up and I have got my hairdo to hopefully sort out the mess that is my roots. I've got that, you know, that spray that you spray over grey, Clairol, at the minute. So lots happening. I haven't done any packing. I think I've got everything we need to go, like, you know, memory banks and not memory banks, power banks and ponchos and cooling mats and cool, you know, for around your neck and, you know, all the normal sort of shit. I think I've got all that sorted. All our clothes are sorted. Darren is currently trying to make bounding outfits for him and Isaac. Of course, he's left it to the last minute. The kitchen table is covered in shit, as it always is. I'll take you in a minute. Oh, it'll not be there. I'll have it away tomorrow morning. That was yesterday, and I'll show you what it's like. Garage has ground to a halt. Nothing else has happened. He says it'll be done well before holiday. I can't fucking see it. I just feel like I'm nagging constantly and nothing's happening. So yeah, stressed. So I don't know what results are going to come of my dad's tests tomorrow, but obviously we go away 2 weeks after he has the tests, and generally test results come in within 2 weeks. So we're going to be probably either just finding out his results as we go, or he will get his results just as we've gone. So that the timing is impeccable. I finally got, the nightmare I had. I told my dad, I paid for their holiday on my credit card and they were to pay me back. I said to him, I want a bank transfer. You can get them to give you the cash and put it in your account, but I want the money transferring because I want to be able, the bank to see where it's come from and where it's going. Well, he turns up with an envelope with fucking cash in, doesn't he? For his and his mate Mickey's. The other person goes, my uncle, my dad's brother. So originally they were quoted 747 each. But that was during, if they booked during World Cup. So when they went in to book, World Cup wasn't on and the price had gone up. She looked on a different day to see if she could get it potentially a bit cheaper, and she got it cheaper than the original date. So it was only going the next day, the Monday to Monday instead of Sunday to Sunday. So it was cheaper than the new price of the existing dates, but it was 765. So it was £18 each more expensive, but instead of bed and breakfast they got half board, so they were getting an evening meal for 18 quid each for the whole week. Sounds good to me. So we got it booked. My dad took the insurance, which there's fuck all point in him taking, because he's not listing his COPD. He's not listing the fact that if you are under investigation or you have been referred for medical tests, you must state it. If those tests are surrounding cancer, chances are most medical people won't insure you, and if they will insure you, it's going to be very high. He hasn't mentioned it. I says there's no point you taking it, because if you need to use it, it's going to be null and void. Couldn't talk to my dad. He's paid £121 for this insurance. I says you're wasting your time. So anyway, I paid on my credit card £2,416, I think it was. That was 765 times 3 plus 121 from my dad. So the envelope comes with money from his mate, which was 747. I says, right, well, it's 18 quid more than that. His is 18 quid more than that, plus there's the 121. Then the third person came with 760 instead of 765. So the upshot of it is I'm like 20 odd quid down. Now that maybe doesn't seem like a lot, but when you're doing a favour for someone and they think they've given you more. So like his mate Mickey owed me 18, he gave me 20, so that's 2 over. His brother Kevin owed me 765, he gave me 760, so that's 5 down. So at the minute we're like 3 down. My dad owed me 121 for the insurance, he gave me 125, so that's 4 up. So we're sort of breaking even, we're about £1 here. But my dad also neglected to remember that his original money he gave me was £18 short of the new price. So I don't have that, and I like, because he paid over on the insurance to make up his brother's shortfall, I'm like, I don't really like going in and saying, you owe me this, because I feel bad, especially with everything that's going on at the minute. And then he asked me to get him stuff from the supermarket sometimes, and my dad gets these Cushell toilet rolls. This is going to seem like completely petty. We get the cheapest of the cheap of everything, and I get like 9 toilet rolls for like £3.95 or something. He gets 6 toilet rolls for £7. He gets these Cushell ones. Well, I had to pick them up, and I said to Darren when he was going in on Tuesday with all the groceries I'd bought, because there was like pot noodles and stuff out, not like pot pastas I get for him, which I don't ask him for the money. I just get him, like, every Sunday I get him his Sunday mirror. I don't ask him for the money. It's fucking £4. But these toilet rolls, I'm sorry, I'm not paying £7 for somebody to wipe their arse when I'm paying £3.95 for ours. I says he owes me £7 for them toilet rolls. But Darren did what Darren always does. Oh, you can sort it out with her when you see her. It's like, thanks. So now I have to go in and say, by the way, you owe me this money, the holiday that was short, and you owe me £7. And I don't have it in me to ask because I just don't feel right doing it. So at the end of the day, I'm about £30 down now. And I can't afford to be because the stuff with Molly, I just don't have the money. We cancelled Isaac's guitar lessons because the guitar shop's been taking the piss. I'm sorry this is me waffling for so long, but I don't think I've recorded this week. So we started him back at this guitar place in March 2025. He said to him after one class, he's on about a level 3, so that's the exam we're going to be going for. There's no point him doing 1 or 2, he's past that stage. And he kept putting back the date, putting back the date, putting back the date. Oh, it's October. Oh, it's November. Oh, it'll be February. So a year and a half later, he still hasn't done the level 3 test. He sent me a link to do it, to book it, and it's asking stuff like candidate number, person putting them forward, and all that. I don't know even what tracks they're meant to do, how to film it. Do they have a company and backtrack? He's just sent me this fucking link. So I was going to get in touch and say, look, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing here. But then they've charged me wrong before, but then they charged me, it's £66 a month, £16.50 per lesson, half an hour lesson, £16.50. So, and that's about normal. So £66 came out in June and £66 came out again in July. And I'm thinking, right, hang on. So they were closed on the 6th and on the, basically, you know that 12th of July thing where places close? Well, their shop closes for 2 weeks, first 2 weeks of July. So I'm like, right, that's 2 lessons that I shouldn't have paid for. Then the next day, Rory was coming, so I had cancelled that in advance. I'd emailed them about it, which they had confirmed they received, so that one was cancelled. So he had only had 1 lesson, which was the 27th of July. That's the only lesson he'd had, and he'd been charged £66, and I've emailed them. Oh, well, yes, we were closed in the first 2 weeks of July, but we sent an exclusive email to everyone with access to our YouTube page so that they wanted to charge full lesson amount of £16.50 for the kids to not be able to go and get their lesson, but for the kids to be able to look at a YouTube video that wasn't specific to them, that was just, here's how to play this song. That's not specific if you're working towards an exam in a specific piece, that you need the instructor's input about what you're struggling with. And I emailed them and says, look, oh no, well that's, and I says, I didn't agree to this. I says, and you've charged me for the 20th, which he didn't attend, and the email that you've actually replied to telling me that you've charged me for the 20th, if you look at what you've replied to, it says below that he's not there the 20th. And then he had charged for 2 lessons coming up in August when he had been told we were not going to be there for 3 weeks in August because of the holiday. This has happened before, and the guy that runs the place is an arse, and I had said, look, can we pay on a class-by-class basis because mistakes keep being made and I cannot afford it? No, there's no option to do that. So now, unfortunately, Darren went in and just said, oh, our circumstances have changed and we're going to have to cancel the lessons. I don't know why he just didn't go in and say, yous are taking the fucking piss in a politer way. We're not coming back. But he went in. Now, it remains to be seen if I'll get the money back, but they've said they're going to refund the 2 classes in July. And obviously the 1 class that he wasn't at, so I should be getting, and the class that he won't be attending next week because we've cancelled them, so I should be getting £66 back. So we'll have to see. But you get something and then you think, oh, we've got a little bit of money to do X, and then it's like, I pay annually for private internet access. It's a VPN, basically. I pay annually, and that's just come out, and that is the money that I'm going to get back. So that's gone. The money I got from selling stuff on Vinted that was meant to help towards Isaac spending on holiday hasn't had to go on Molly's treatment. I don't know if I've told you this, I sold a Silent Hill game for £250, which is fucking ridiculous. Now I thought, fuck it, I'm tired of selling all this stuff of mine and getting nothing for it, so I bought myself Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which I had no intention of buying because it was 50 quid. But I thought, I've sold potentially 600 quid's worth of stuff and I've got nothing to show for it because all the money has gone on bills and other stuff. So I'm getting this, and I got it, and the other 200 had to go towards Molly's medication, so I'm glad I actually got myself something out of it. But money is tight at the minute, and going on holiday somewhere like Florida, Disney, when money is tight seems a bit, all of this stuff wasn't happening when this holiday was booked. Solicitors still fucking about. I've had 2 emails to say, thanks for your email, I'll get back to you. Twice. Without, and I'm still waiting. Next month, September, it'll be a year since we went in, since my mum died, and that's when the charities can start charging interest, so he needs to tell me what the fuck I'm doing. I'm a bit stressed. I'm scunnered at the minute, to be quite honest with you. I don't think there's anything else of any interest. I'll go and show you the kitchen table. I'm just frustrated at no one doing the stuff they should be doing. The guitar player's taking the piss, not understanding, taking money, and they'll be taking that money from everyone because so few people will actually say, I'm not paying 33 quid to look at 2 YouTube videos. Fuck off. You know what I mean? People will think that's a cheek, but no one will say that's a cheek. So they've just charged everyone, and there was no notification that would be happening. They've just charged people for it, and that's retarded. It's ridiculous. So they're fucking up. Solicitor won't get back to me. This whole palaver with money being put on my credit card, my dad not listening about his insurance, my dad's drinking constantly, he's got the constant shakes because he's drinking, doctors told him that, he's not interested. All work's ground to a halt here that Darren had assured me and promised me he'd do after me losing my rag, because I've been asking for that to be done for years. I've done it myself multiple times, and every time my work's been undone. So this time I said, look, you have to do this because it's not fair. And every time I just feel fucking let down, generally, by everyone. Not everyone, but you know what I mean, just... It's tiring. People think women nag. It's tiring being a woman and constantly having to remind... It's like someone said on a video recently I watched, and it was actually a man that said it. I have to surround myself by these men to remind myself that not all men are the same. Your wife or your girlfriend or your partner doesn't want to have to, as if she told me what needs doing, I'd do it. She doesn't want to tell you what needs doing. She wants you to see what needs doing and fucking do it. You know, it's a partnership. It's not a dictatorship. It's not mummy son. You know, why will a man walk past something on the stairs that needs to be taken up 100 times? He will walk up and down past it and not take it. I'm just tired of organising. I'm just tired. I mean, the Florida trip, I always organise everything. I book it. I get the ESTAs. I sort out the money. I sort out the flights. I sort out the baggage. I put all the passport information. I do everything. I get the insurance. I asked Darren to do one thing, which was make a phone call about a specific type of pass. I remind him every week, can you do it? Can you do it? And then I says, look, can you do this today? And he sat looking on his phone, like scrolling at nothing. And I says, look, can you please do that? I says, I've asked you to do one thing. And that's what I mean. I feel like I'm constantly nagging because if I don't, it'll get forgotten. And the response is always the same. It'll get done. It's like, but I don't want everything to get done at the last minute when everybody's running around with their head in it is. I mean, this bounding stuff that they had no intention of doing until they found out I was doing some, has now taken priority over the garage that he's promised that he would sort out for me, and now that's the whole focus. The other day he'd taken to painting a fucking gauntlet, which he says has gone for sale online, but nothing ever sells. There's been a Star Wars ship that he's been painting, must be 2 years now. that he started painting. So it's like there's these things that really, really need doing, and my head can't get around it, because it's like, why? I just don't get, if I knew something was really, really, really important to someone that they'd asked me to do, and I was feeling really disappointed and upset, that would be my priority, not painting a fucking Infinity Gauntlet or a Star Wars ship. I don't understand. And then, oh, I just get so frustrated, because I just don't get why people can't see things the same way I do. Am I being unreasonable in that? You know, I don't think it's a me problem. I think it is a man-woman problem. I think, sorry Alan, if you're watching this, I don't for a second think all men are like this. Don't get me wrong, I don't. But a lot of men are like this. And from watching other vlogs, so, and from friends, partners, I do know that most men need to kick up the arse to do anything. And when they do something, they feel like they've done you a favour. It's like, why is the joint care of our home? And like men that refer to looking after their own children as babysitting. Now, Darren's never done that, but his brother has. Oh, babysitting. It's your fucking kids, it's not babysitting. I mean, or doing something in the garden, and they have to tell you, I've done this, and you're supposed to praise them for the fact they've done something, when you can go and do the same thing and spend 2 or 3 hours sweating your arse off, and, you know, you don't feel the need for congratulations at the end of it. It's, yeah, I just want, why can't women have an equal partnership where both people take the same, what's the word, responsibility for things that need doing? It just, it doesn't happen that way. You can tell I'm really frustrated today. I'm really annoyed. Let me show you my dress that I got ages ago on Temu, I think, or Shein. Can't remember anyway. Let me show you. So I've got my little necklace on that I did for my pixie dust, the one that I kept. Right, I'll show you my issue. So my issue is, that's my bra. This is the smallest size they had, which was a 16. It's too big. I liked it, so I bought it. So anyway, it's just plain black, and I really like this. It's crochet. It's supposed to be tight, but I can get away with it as long as I wear a cardigan. If I don't wear a cardigan, you can see that it's too big around this part. I have to constantly, like if I wore it like it was, it would be like that. So I have to like pull it up like this, which means it gapes in the back. So that's why I've got the cardigan on, which kind of ties into the pink on there. So I thought it was quite cute. Right. I'll show you my lovely dahlias first. Look at those gorgeous flowers. Homegrown dahlias. Gorgeous. So there's Molly on her sofa. This is what Darren's been painting. And this to look damaged. So those two in the middle are up for sale. They have been up for sale for some time. And the other two are his, and they do my fucking head in, because behind that is a picture of the Millennium Falcon, which is supposed to sit beside, as a matter of fact, that Stormtrooper used to sit beside that picture, and I liked it there. But now we've got all this shit up here in front of the picture, and I think it looks cluttered and messy, but who am I to pass comment? Right, while we talk about cluttered and messy, follow me. Our whole house is cluttered and messy. This is the solution to Molly not going upstairs. Right, this is the table that is the fucking bane of my life. Look at it. I've cleared that table off. I have lost count of the amount of times. So, right, he's moved the belt. They was doing a belt yesterday, like Chewbacca's bandolier, with that brown stuff there. So this is a bag that he's doing for Isaac for his bounding. You can see, I mean, paper that's used is just left. It's not put in the bin. Empty packets, glue, little bits of paper, sellotape. I don't know what the fuck that is. You know, when anything's used, it's just discarded. Bag of shit. underneath the table, there's a massive cardboard box full of all Darren's creative shit. Just everything. I just cannot get tidiness. That's the thing that he's been painting for like 2 years, and he says he has to stick moss on it. Well, there's no moss on it yet, so we're still waiting for that. What the hell's in this? What are they? What the hell are they? Right, I have no idea. Absolutely no idea what them pink things are. So my table, which had a couple of nice busts on it, well, you maybe argue it's not nice, but anyway. They had these on, and I had these favourite books of mine just sitting nicely. Nice shining tablecloth. And I will have to look at that for probably the 2 weeks until we go on holiday. Would that not do your head in? I'm a tidy, neat person, and that's what I'm looking at. And if I say anything, I'm nagging. I'm wondering where that fucking belt's gone. It was here yesterday. He'd laid it along there. 2 cases for I can't be doing with all this mess. It's doing my fucking head in. Right, dogs, come on. There's nothing else. You have to come into the living room. I'm going to go and play some Black Flag because I'm stressed. I'm scunnered. I've had a whinge now. I've got it all out. Right, I'll catch up with you guys later.
Moving forward, registration YKZ9436 is in the store. Could you please make your way to customer services? Thank you.
You got socks? Socks? Do?
Yeah, over there.
Ha ha ha.
Stop.
Yeah, and then are you literally like, and then I look and then you're like,
Hey, I'm scared.
now
Jake and Drake.
So do you have to wait for someone out to take you down, or do you get to just go down?
You should have been listening.
better.
They just told us that.
I was listening.
Should have been listening.
Here they come, Chuckle Brothers. From me to you. Me to you.
What?
No?
I'm
You got,
recording.
have you got a thingy?
That's only for 2 hours.
Oh, see. So when can you go in?
I know the same amount as you do.
You didn't ask when you could go in?
No. They literally said up there, when the guy comes down to do the brief, you go in.
Alright.
No need.
Every need.
Genuinely no need for it.
Yeah. Look at that skill at putting socks on.
They're so weird.
What, socks? What do
No,
you mean
these.
clean socks is weird? These stick to wall, you know.
Yeah, they definitely do.
No, mine is underpants, they stick to the ceiling.
Put the legs your wet over your socks so they don't fall off. Okay. Now I need a life jacket.
You probably do.
I can't fucking breathe.
Although I think he would be a floater.
Yeah.
Comedy gold, comedy gold. Well, they stood up again. We were expecting genius. I'm not quite sure what's happening now. You could probably hear my belly rumbling. It's like a drum roll. Fucking hell, I'm starving. I'm sure the signpost up there said £10.80 for a hot dog, and at that price I'm going to stay starving. Right, I think he's back up top. Think, not sure. But where, if he is there, he stood behind one of the pipey things. I don't know what the frig they're called. I'm starving. I don't know where Daniel is, if he is there. We shall soon find out. There. I think that's Isaac. I think. There goes.
This is weird, so I've got my phone case on. Just really quickly to close off the vlog, and I promised to update you about my dad today. Good news. He had an examination, then he had a scan, and they have diagnosed gynecomastia, which is what I suggested at the time, which is like a swelling in the breast tissue, and it's caused by his blood pressure medication, which he is to continue taking. Wait to see my dad stop and taking it, but no cancer. So, whew, so that's a weight off. I cannot begin to tell you with everything else that's going on, that as well. So hopefully now he can enjoy his holiday. Thank God for that. So yeah, that's some good news to end the week. Thank you for watching this week, guys. Next week's very busy. I don't think I'll be filming much because it's all like Molly's back at the vet's for a blood test, Isaac's at a sleepover, Darren's got bloods. It's just I'm at my dad's a couple of times. I have to meet up with Kira and Sophie. So it's all like, it's not really stuff I can film, or that you'd really want me to film. So yeah, I don't know how much I'll get filmed next week, but 2 weeks today, this time in 2 weeks, I shall be in Orlando, chilling in my nice bedroom. So yes, that's a pleasant thought. I shall check up with you guys next week.